I'm glad everybody loves Hollywood and his antics as much as our group does. Jinx it, yeah, now you're Zerg. Boy. You comfortable going 9 pull for us, Rel? You go 9 pull, defend me, I go Dragoon. Uh, 9 pull. Go 9 pull. You can over pull if you want, because we just need it defensively. You're basically going to be covering me while I go Dragoon. You're sharing with a Zerg. That kind of makes it complicated. Can't really defend me that way. Because he will also 9 pull. Maybe I can't Dragoon. The problem is if they have a Terran, can't go Zealot either. It sucks that Buns is so far. I can't go. No, I'm gonna go for it. Okay, Toss is below me. He scouted my gas. Terran going mech at Buns' choke. Buns, I'm gonna ask that you send your first Zealot to me. Maybe all of your Zealots, actually. Rel's gonna have to hold the Zerg, you'll have to send your Zealots to me so I can get 2 Dragoons. The hard part's that you're gonna be far, so I have to go 1 Zealot. And then you should be able to reinforce me from there, I think. Okay, he's bottom right. That makes it a little bit easier. Actually, that makes it a lot easier. Once I get the Goons, we'll have temporary control of the game. Need your Zealot? Yep. Okay. If you can get cannons in front of Terran, I don't know if it's possible now, might be too late. I went bio? Okay. That actually makes it easier. We can work with this. As long as I don't die. I might die. Okay. That one just wasn't a part of the hotkey. I'm floating so much money for no reason. Need you on the lings. Such a pain. I just let this one freaking ling. Ah! So much for me getting to just go goon. Hit by everything. It's like non-stop counterattacks. It sucks. I can fight their armies, but I'm just getting counterattacked by everything. Just need something to be held. Bring it up to the choke. I'm gonna die to DT, by the way. I need a Overlord. I can't do anything. It's just non-stop counterattacks by all three. Wine. I'm just a whiner. Guys, I don't know what's happening, but I've been fighting all three a lot. I'm getting a little bit tilted. Like, I'm hitting brown and then getting hit by white while dealing with a counterattack. Like, ugh. We are triggered. I'm pretty, not weak, but I've lost a lot of probes. Yeah, I know. I know I'm being very whiny. Hollywood brings out the worst in me. I just haven't been able to move at all. I think me being this whiny is a sign that it's time for me to quit tonight. Rel should be able to hold Zerg from now on. Just gonna make sure Buns doesn't die. Come out with me, Buns. We knew that was coming. He's got DT coming towards your army. Oh, I guess you have an Overlord over there. Hmm. Can you move your Overlord up to my natural? Oh, there's no rush on that. Kind of getting attacked. I just lost all of this. Again. Ah, my bad. Hi, Navad. Sorry. Really focused on this game. A little more uptight than normal. Was kind of whiny earlier. 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock are both injured right now. Actually, yeah, that's a good call. You just have to be a little bit careful because of Brown potentially coming late. Yeah, Buns did a lot of damage to 6 just now. This has been a really good game. I would kind of wish I wasn't so uptight earlier. I feel like they played like better as a team than we did. But our team just better individually, I guess. Like they were much more coordinated than we were. I didn't even see. My bad. Yeah, Buns is playing super well tonight, I think. Good job, guys. Really good job. Y'all played really well. Having you send zealots to me so I could get 2 Dragoons safely was good, but just getting the fact that I could never take like 2 steps out of my base. First of all, I hate that that base has 2 entrances, essentially. So like dealing with constant counterattacks coming from either side was driving me freaking crazy. You couldn't see what was going on up north? Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Like, it sounded like I was like blaming you guys or whining at you guys, and I don't like that it was sounding that way, because you guys were doing fine. It wasn't your fault at all. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like I was getting whiny about you guys not holding them when that's not what was happening. Like, it wasn't that simple. Because you got behind when you got tripled, and then you couldn't get your, They're arguing? Really? I don't want to see that. But it's like, you were holding and then you got tripled, and then that's kind of the way it works, because they had priority over us, and they got the hit first. It puts you inside your base and you take damage. So you can't just immediately come back out and hold Zerg again, you gotta recover first. So like, me complaining that I'm getting counterattacked doesn't make sense, because I know that's how that's gonna go from there. Like, I already know that. Like, Buns did his part when I asked, for the Zealot rally to me. He did, so I got to Dragoon safely. And then they hit you, and it made it hard for you to hold after that. So, like, the game went basically the way it should have from there. I was just being dumb, honestly. That's when I know it's time for me to quit. When I have teammates that are doing perfectly fine and I'm still complaining. Because that was a really good game. Actually, it was a really fun game. Watch the replay. Relive the glory. Let us relive the glory, then, as Bun says. So what did you mean you couldn't see what was going up top? Or you just mean that... Actually, yeah, just what do you mean? I kind of like to see exactly what happened too. Because, it feels like we should have won a lot cleaner than we did. Like, when Hollywood went bio, that's when I was like, okay, we won the game. But then it got very close to us losing. Yeah, there was a lot going on this game. That's what I love about, like, high-level games. There is a lot going on. I just really wish because, like, I want to upload it, but, man, I really wish I wasn't the way I was for most of this game. And I hate that my voice is gone, too. That sucks. So there he scouts my gas. So I already know he's going to Zealot rally to me as soon as he scouted my gas. So I do the 1 Zealot because I'm like, you're going to be cross map. You'll be rallying to me. He's actually got a decent distance. I thought he was 3 o'clock, so kind of lucky that he was here instead of 3. If he's 3, it's a lot more difficult. But I figure my 1 Zealot plus your Zealot should be enough to hold. And because they both open 9-pull, they're basically stuck at a stalemate here, right? So those two are stuck here. They'll be doing their own like fighting and stuff. Oh, Rel gets a good trade here. Like a really good trade. He actually... That trade went so well for Rel. I think you could have like almost killed him. Legit. That's kind of crazy. You could have done damage. Yeah, that's funny. That was like, what, 3 for 1 or something? Something like that, 2 for 1? Whatever it was really good though. Gotcha. So here this is fine. I take no probe damage. What are we at? We're at 21 to 18. Just want to point this out, by the way. I will always have... This is every single game. I always have the eco advantage, okay? This is why my macro is so good. Anyway. So I look away for a second. I almost lose this Dragoon, which kind of sucks. Like, I take a lot of damage. And I also am floating a bunch. I'm just not playing good anymore tonight. I think I've overplayed today. And then when Bio comes out, I'm like, okay, cool, we win. I don't know why. Oh, it's because I A-moved. That's why. I was wondering why this Dragoon stayed. It's because I A-moved instead of move command on that group. So that kind of sucks. So this is where Rel can no longer hold, because he gets tripled. Dragoons take a little bit longer than Zealots, so you actually get the gateway a lot quicker than you would think. Like when going Dragoon, I'm pretty sure I end up with a third gateway faster than when I go pure Zealot. Maybe that's not true, but about the same. But you end up going to like 4 gate pretty quickly on Goon. So here's a really good trade against these Lings. Unfortunately, Rel just... He takes some damage here. He's down to 6 drones right now because he had to get the extra Sunkens. Can't 4-gate on 1 gas. Not forever, no. So here what I did, because he was targeting my core, I queued up as many Dragoons as I could. So that I would still be able to be producing Dragoons the whole time. So I just have like a whole bunch of Dragoons queued up so they can keep producing. Okay, probe count, I've lost a lot now. I'm down to 22. I knew I took a lot of damage from the counters. But then we clear the army here in a second. We clear this army, and that's when I feel really good again about our position. So we get a full clear here. And then it feels like we're kind of set to win here, but it still doesn't go super well. Rel's got his drone count back up. He's actually like more than doubling this guy. And then here. So this is the beginning of me getting triggered. Okay. So I've already got countered. I had once with the Lings run by, then the Zealots come in and kill my Cyber Core, and then I have this one as soon as I push out again. It's like every time I stepped out, I was getting counterattacked. So yeah, you were fighting here, and you're going to be fighting here. So that's why. Yeah, you fight 2v1. This is what I mean when I say they were playing as a team better than us. So they fight you 2v1 here, as I'm pushing here and I'm getting counterattacked here. Rel couldn't hold because he... Did they have Overlord? No, they don't actually. Unless I killed it, but... I think I was... Hang on, I'm gonna rewind some. Okay, yeah, I did kill an Overlord here. Yeah, I killed that Overlord. And then he saw me, I killed the Medic here. So they know I'm moving out. So that's fine. So first he goes for my Nexus. So I've got 1 Dragoon, and then my probes versus another Ling counter while I was trying to do this. I wouldn't have been able to kill him because they end up getting here, but... So one thing, Buns, I would say, that you can do here that would be really good. I know it's kind of hard to keep up with everything because there's so much going on. Like, I got the counterattack going on here. You're fighting here, and I'm fighting here. So we got 3 fights going on between the two of us. You're fighting a 2v1 here, and then I've got... Well, there's basically nothing here while I'm fighting the encounter. So one thing you can do that's like super helpful, because it's Bio-Zealot, you can kind of track this, right? Or trail it, rather. So as it's moving away, you just keep picking it and fighting it. So like here, because you kind of like stop, this is when I get double sandwiched. You gotta stay like kind of on top of it the whole way, since you have like Dragoons will fight that all day. So I end up losing all of this basically for free, which kind of sucked. I lost more probes again. I didn't see this guy. I got, or not that one, there was another previous one. I lost like 10 probes to 2 lings. So I'm down to 24. Let's gonna look at the state of the game then. Rel's way up on workers on the other Zerg. The Zerg is just forever 2 hatchling right now, which is really bad actually. Yeah, no, like the counterattack still worked out, but also if you trail that army so it can't get to me, I also would have just killed Brown as well. So like it works out that he didn't have like proper defense for a counterattack, but I was already killing him. So I guess in either case in this scenario, we would have got a kill, but yeah, I just lost on my army this way. But state of the game, Hollywood basically loses all of his workers here, so this is what actually officially ends the game. Officially. So state of the game, I'm 25 workers. I'm still not super far behind, even though I've lost. Like, Temporaries has lost to 0 workers, I'm pretty sure. The dude just doesn't make workers. I've lost, I think, more workers than he has right now. Kind of funny. And now that Rel's so far ahead of the Zerg, like, the Zerg can never fight Rel again without his team. Yeah, so Hollywood's down to 20 workers. It's so funny, this game's actually yo-yoing so hard. You have a pretty good defensive setup. We both actually kind of did the same setup, ironically. They can't kill either one of us like this with what they got. Even though we don't break this right away, we get such a good trade here. Like, our Dragoons just trade against all this really well. Oh, that's right, I do lose my army again later. I forgot this game actually still goes on for a while. So we're fighting a ton here. Or killing a ton here. Then the DT show up, which I knew was coming. I should have been on Observer so long ago. Yeah, it was hard for me to stop them without detection. If this Overlord... I mean, I know you gotta, like... This is just in an ideal world, okay? We have so much going on. It's really hard for us to do everything perfectly. But, like, if this Overlord was more here, I could have, like, covered this choke with my army instead. And then because I get pushed back from the DT, and I get pushed back here, the Marines can come up, and now you can't do it because you'll lose the Overlords. And the other DT, save them, and then you end up getting tripled again. I tried picking at the army as much as I can, just on the outside. So that you have less to deal with. But in the meantime, Ollie just has like no respect for Bunza choke. He just moves out as if Bunza's not there. But now Bunza has to wait for observers, and then he can kill. I think he kills Holly as soon as he gets observers. Pretty sure. You have like a good hold here again. Like I said, I'm trying to pick as much as I can. And I saw him go down. This is one of those really embarrassing moments for me. I saw his army cut down here, and some of it go up here, and I literally, subconsciously was like, he's going to flank me if I push up. But and instead of looking at your base, like in my head I thought you were just going to die. So it's like, I have to try. But you're actually totally fine now. So I push up for no reason, And then I think it's okay because you'll just flank with me. But you kind of got like an army reset, so you really can't. And then I end up running into... Yeah. Rough. Got the most workers again, you know? That's important. Right? But here, Buns ends up killing Hollywood. And then I save you here. You take a lot of damage, but the game's over, finally. You did really well holding. Because, like, Buns and I were set up in a way they could never trade against us properly, so they had to go you over and over again. Like, cannons with Dragoons like this against, like, Biozealot can hold so much, it's insane. And yeah, you're 100% right on the call telling me to counter the Zerg while they're fighting at 6 o'clock. Look at Timbraze. Look, Timbraze is a good player, obviously. But he plays so low eco for so long. Like, it makes him scary mid and like early in mid game. Like how the resources are changing when the game falls. But he falls off so hard. Like his macro now compared to mine and Buns. Well, actually, Buns is only... Buns, why do you only have... What the... How can you afford... 7 gate? 7 gate on 35 workers? I won't ask questions. Good job. I know once you get to Zealot, Templar, you can suddenly spike up like a ton of gateways. Even without expanding. But you did a good job punishing Hollywood pushing out as if you're not there for some reason. Like over and over again. GG. This is a good game. I'm proud of you guys.